My brake is f***ing up. Oh, back from Superpole. What a disaster of all things. I go out of my outlap and my brake all of a sudden is coming into the handlebar. And I'm like, what? And I grab the remote adjuster, right? The remote adjuster, you turn this and look, this whole piece fell out. It just fell out. I mean, it's pinched with like an Allen. So when you turn the remote adjuster, it goes in and out. But so the whole thing fell out and then it just starts to spin slowly and the brake comes closer and closer and closer. I don't think I talked about it on camera, but it was popping the last session. Maybe I had some bad fuel because all of a sudden I went from some old gas to some new gas. But then I just threw in the race fuel to like take that variable out and it still goes, not just like pop, like when you know, when you hit the quick shifter, but pop, 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 as I'm coming into the corner on decel on the brakes. It makes even more sense. It's lost both sides of cylinder number 3. And that's why I would get terrible backfire, as you've seen on the video. Pop, 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 pop. So distracting. But that's good news. So I have some spares. The front wheel is done. Just got to safety wire that one set. But now I'm looking at the brake, and you can see how I just been pulling the shoe goo off. And I'm like, oh, I should show you guys before I rip it all off. Because the shoe goo really works. Because now I can't even... the shoe goo's locked it down so good that it just won't move it, which is exactly what I wanted.
All right, let's make sure we have numbers and our fire extinguishers visible in the vents, kids and pets on leashes. On that note, the Ridge already came to us this morning about dog poop. Yeah, you're gonna see other flags before that. There's gonna be a full course yellow, there'll be a waving yellow. Typically we don't have that. That is a very, very rare occurrence for that to happen. And that's only if we have to roll somebody because it's a medical emergency and not everybody stopped. But in 99.9% of the cases, we're gonna have you off the track before we roll it, okay?
You're done.
Okay, good morning everybody. Saturday morning, back at the track. New windscreen on the bike. You want to tell us about that? What just happened?
Oh, we just replaced the windscreen.
Yeah, it arrived at the track this morning. And yeah, so you guys are going to get a better view through the 360 camera. Hopefully it's going to be a nice view, nice and clear. We got race fuel on the bike for qualifying. We got a used SC1, and we got the new SC2 for the whole day and probably tomorrow as well. And then we got a new SC1 on the warmer for the race at 1 o'clock. All right, we got Mike in the pit. Mike, the photographer, came out to help me out this weekend, right?
Hey, right.
Yeah. What about PSI in the rear?
23.
That's right. Okay, just came back from the morning warm-up, 9:45, kind of putted around with traffic and just me warming up, 59, 60, so hardly any lean angle, and yeah, like super high time. New front felt great. The used rear, we got to use the same rear for qualifying coming up here in 45. limit, 59 on the left. I'm riding absolutely out of my zen. I am in no zen. A and B is charging. So that was, qualifying was a disaster. Qualifying was a disaster. There's the tire. It was getting like, looked like a whole bunch of cold tear. I think cold tear, ripping up. Okay, we're going racing, guys. I just gotta get it. I've gotta find my zen, my rhythm, my whatever, get over this crash that I've had that is preventing my lean angle, preventing my trail braking, and preventing my accelerating out of the corners. I just gotta get on pink staff and get right back to where I was, racing, the enjoyment of racing. Wish us luck. Cheers. Formula Ultra, guys. Formula Ultra Saturday. FU Saturday. We're gonna go for it. Second row from 5th on qualifying.
Deer on the track.
Full on. Here we go. No excuses. We're gonna get on these guys' ass.
Gotta get in the zone.
As soon as I started the bike and left our pit, the trash control was just flashing at me, and the ABS was solid. So, and I turned the bike on and off in the hot pit, and it's still the problem. I'm like, oh, it's so risky to not have any trash control, even though it's turned way down. It's still there. Well, that was another complete disaster. As soon as I started the bike and left our pit, the traction control was just flashing at me, and the ABS was solid. So, and I turned the bike on and off in the hot pit, and it's still the problem. And I'm like, oh, it's so risky to not have any traction control, even though it's turned way down, it's still there. And then I locked up the rear, braking into the hard brake zones, coming on the first lap into 13. My rear end was completely locked up everywhere because I'm used to the ABS, which kind of limits your lock. But so that I'm pushing on the rear brake, you know, normally used to the ABS where it kind of like, it's like ABS, right? It locks it up a little bit. Now I was physically just locking the rear end up, and I blew a lot of corners because of that. Oh man, and of course I was picking up my lean angle on the right, but not on the left, only 60 on the left. A 40, best is a 46.8, like totally off my 45, 44 is what I should be at. You know, like this is ridiculous. I'm doing that crash and everything else is just plaguing me. One day you're up, the next day you're broken and crashing. And then the next time you come back and you're freaking nowhere. I'm 2 seconds off my pace. I did a best lap was a 46, but all the laps were 47. So like my best lap should have been a 44 like last September here with the under horsepower motor. You know, I had the lean angle. I'm fucking 4 degrees short on my lefts. I'm obviously with my broken ankle, I'm exhausted. It's so hard to make all the laps. But yeah, every lap, 47, 47, 47, 47, 47, 47, 46, 47, 47, you know, for 12 laps. And yeah, no traction control, no ABS. So like, man, I was coming into 13 on the first lap because I didn't, you know, I'm so used to like just pushing my foot on the rear brake. And, you know, the rear brake sliding, like, you know, when you ABS in a car, it's like, that's what it does on your foot. You know, so it kind of semi-locks up the rear. So, but this time, I'm just doing my normal press, and the rear end is like fucking completely fucking gaslit, locked up. And I'm like, and then I realized, oh my god, I've locked up the rear brake the whole time. Yeah, so I had to like completely adjust my riding to like totally limit and be soft in the rear brake. I was locking up the rear brake, you know, everywhere. It was really bad. And then no traction control. I'm so careful coming out of like 8 to 9. You know, you're just whoa, because it's just like whoa, whoa. Anyways, we gotta strip the bike and figure out why the traction control, like a wheel speed sensor, is unplugged or broken. We'll have to do some diagnosing. So now that's working good. All right, here's the rear. It looks like it got chipped almost to the metal. I'm assuming when I changed the rear tire, I freaking wrecked it. Because now it's like metal in the center as opposed to covered in plastic. Luckily I got spares. Here's spare. This is what it looks like normally, right? Plastic on the end. Yeah, I mean, and then, you know, this one's worn a little bit, you know, because it's always touching stuff when you're, but not to the metal. Here's the difference. So you can see there's like plastic, even this one's been used, but you can see it's like, it's not to the metal. Yeah. Yeah, no metal. So I'm sure we're gonna change the rear sensor and then roll the bike around the pit. So yeah, we're pulling out the wheel speed sensor. Okay, now they're both flashing right now, which is normal. And here, take the camera. We'll see what happens.
Good to go?
Anyways, it cleared it right away. We got traction control and ABS working again. Man, the timing of that failure is just unprecedented. Like of all these failures this weekend. The brake failure in Superpole. The header failure. Oh man, and Mia failure. It's never ends. All right, well, we're ready for qualifying tomorrow. We need to figure out tires and then redo it all over again, but this time do it right. Ready for it? Come on! All right, here's the original forks. Well, we'll measure them, but I'm trying to figure out what the hell's wrong. Where's the tape measure? How am I going to measure this? $78. Oh, it's right on 31 inches from the bottom of that. 31 inches. It's hard to tell. Yeah, come on.
Oh, well, I thought you were doing a countdown for
I
some
did.
reason.
You know, you don't say action, you do 5, 4, 3, and then quiet. This is what it takes to race and film. All right, so we got 38 in there, 23 in the rear. We just put some new stickers on the bike. What do you guys think? Formula Ultra coming up here in the next race.